in this business is knowing your story. Now, your story will constantly pivot. Your story will constantly pivot. So the first thing is y'all should always remember products and facts just tell. No one really cares. They don't. And guess what? They're not listening to the facts or the products until they know a story because stories sell. Right in the chat, stories sell. Stories sell. Why are we so into, like, I go back to the Nike story of Michael Jordan. Like, that story is so powerful that it makes you want to buy Michael Jordan shoes. Stories sell. Anytime a company sells more products, it's because the story behind the company and where it's come from, right? You guys are a company now. You're a business. So I want to start with very simple framework before I go into more of the juicy stuff and the meaty stuff. I want you to write this down. What is your why? And let me tell you guys that I'm 14 years old in this business, right? So my why did I start this business, has completely changed. Not changed like it's different, it's evolved. It's going to evolve with time, guys. It's going to evolve with your success. It's going to evolve with your seasons and your chapters of life. When I started this business 14 years ago, I was 23 and single. I was in $250,000 of student loan debt. And I just wanted to be able to pay for groceries. I just wanted some breathing room. I just didn't want to have to babysit on a Saturday night to make $60. My little brother was fighting a drug addiction severely to the point of death. And my parents lost everything financially 14 years ago during my chiropractic school debt story. They lost everything financially. And I thought to myself, God, how can I help my parents survive? Can I give them some of my student loans? And he was like, no, you need to go make money. And I didn't have time to trade. Right? I had to do something that enhanced who I already was that could be worked from my cell phone. Do you guys see how none of that was just programmed? That was all from my heart. Like, that was my why. Why did I start that business? You know how many people I could have connected to? People who have addicts in their family, where their parents were destroyed from it, or finances were issues because of lawsuits or situations going on with rehabs. Students with student loan debt. Right? Chiropractors. This was me 14 years ago. I no longer connect with that because I'm no longer in debt. I'm no longer in chiropractic school. My brother is recovered. Amen. Praise God. Right? After 18 rehabs. But that doesn't work for me anymore. But I want you guys to know right now, why did you start this business, or why are you doing this business? What did you want more of? Is it time? Is it flexibility? Is it energy? Is it purpose? Is it finances? Is it not being owned by a boss? Is it to buy the soccer cleats for your babies? Is it just to no longer say no to the popsicles in the grocery line? Is it shutting down your brick and mortar because you realize you're trading more time and more energy and more peace than you want to? The next thing is who am I doing this for? Guys, this is probably the most important part to set up your story, because if you don't have belief in your own self, and you don't know who you are and why you are doing this, or what keeps you going even when it's hard, you're not going to do this business. You're not going to succeed in this business, because anything that's worth it is not easy at times. You need fuel for your story. Put in the chat, yes, if you understand this, and if you're going to write out your why tonight. And yes, I do want your why to make you cry if it does. I do want it to be that connected. Because guess what? You're selling yourself to people. You need to know your authentic reason, your authentic who. WHO, who? Who are you? Why do people want to work with you? So now your toolbox, right? We don't always need the hammer or the screwdriver. We need one or the other. Sometimes we need a small screwdriver, right? A big screwdriver, a medium screwdriver. So sometimes we need a business story. Sometimes we need a product story. Who are we speaking to? Who is in front of you in this moment? Are we going after them? And that's a really poor way to say it, but truthfully, who are we targeting? Are we targeting product people? Do we think Mary Jo needs some energy, or do we think she needs money? Do we want her on our team, or do you just want us to give us feedback about product? Guys, we need to get very specific, because if you try to talk to everyone all the time about everything, you talk to no one. Number one rule of marketing: if you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. And so the other reason why this slide is here is I want you guys to understand you have to have multiple different versions of your story. The small screwdriver, the medium screwdriver, the big screwdriver, the extra large screwdriver. I'm not saying this right, but like the I'm not a tool girl, but anyway, you guys get what my point is, right? You guys have to know business story, product story, and multiple different ones. And here's the other thing before I forget. You also need to know other people's stories. So if you meet a chiropractic student tomorrow, guess what story you can share? Mine, right? My girlfriend Sam, my business partner Sam, Dr. Sam. She was in $250,000 of student loan debt from Cairo school. Are you in debt, Bob? Oh, you are? Oh, yeah. She was telling me how she couldn't even afford groceries. Yeah, I could relate to that. And guess what? She said yes to an opportunity that we're business partners in now, and it paid off all of her student loan debt in just 2 years. Would you be interested in learning how to pay off your student loan debt if it went hand in hand with what you already do? Yeah, right? Bob would be like, hell yeah, right? So that's not your story, that's my story. So you need to know other people's stories. So getting on these virtual events or listening to these virtual events recordings or these never miss a Monday team calls, you're going to hear people's stories. Next slide, that's not working. Love this. I swear like my computer's frozen today. I'm not frozen, right? Karen, I can see you. I'm good. Thank you. Here we go. All right. So now I want you to ask yourself, you got to ask yourself, is this a business or a product person, right? A conversation. And then you have to ask yourself, what is this person struggling with the most right now? Now, I do this training. It's in boards under training, under our training folder. I think it's now called trainings. It's right on the main screen. I do this training called FORM, FORM. I'm not going to train it tonight. It'll take me too long. But if you really want to figure out what someone is struggling with, you're going to form them. It's under the folder called Training Library on the front screen. FORM, FOR them. You're going to ask them a little bit about themselves, questions, right? The salesperson, we're all salespeople. Own it. Own it. I just did a podcast episode about sales. When it releases, I'll share it with the team. It's so good because you got to own that you are someone who's serving and sharing and helping other people with either business or products. And guess what? You don't know who you're talking to until you ask questions, right? So the salesperson, the person who asks the most questions, is going to win. So before you can make a sexy, sophisticated story, you got to know who you're talking to and what they're struggling with. And then you have to ask yourself, Karen, Cindy, Georgette, Jen, Angie, Marilyn, what part of my story connects to their pain point so they can see themselves in the story I'm sharing? Write that down. So they can see themselves in the story I'm sharing. Now, if they're a chiropractic student and you don't have that story, you need to learn my story and use it as a tool. Put yes or yes in the chat if this makes sense. Yes or yes. Guys, when you can develop this art of knowing your story, pivoting your story, sharing a box of stories, figuring out what someone is struggling with or what they'd be good at, that can reverse there. People might not be struggling. I have people who are crushing life, but they just want more, right? What part of my story or someone's story is going to connect to that pain point? Okay. So before I share, I think the next slide is the biggest slide. Yep. Okay. I'm just kind of setting you guys up for the details of your story. So now you have to know your own goals. Now what I want to pause on the screen for, you guys only become the person you want to become if you choose to wear that identity right now. Let me repeat that. You guys will only become that person, that leader, that CEO, that president, that mentor, that business partner that you want to become the second you learn to wear and own that identity now. A lot of you have the problem of, but I'm not. I'm not earning $1,000 a month. I'm not helping 20 women or men right now. I'm going to take you back to younger Sam. I was 23 years old. My first check was $63.19. If I could just pay for groceries every week, I was happy. But I saw someone earning $1,000 a month. And I thought to myself, if she has 5 kids and she doesn't really understand science, if she can earn $1,000, I can earn $1,000. Put in the chat right now who we're becoming. What do you guys want to earn? How many people do you want to help? Like if you could wave a magic wand right now, we're going to manifest together. If we could wave a magic wand, how much money a month in the next 6 months by the end of the year do you want to be earning? And how many people are you determined to help a month? Put it in the chat. I only see Jody. Is my computer delayed or are we just not participating here? Every single person on this call, every single person, unless you're driving a car right now, I'm like, why can I not see someone? 118 of you, minus me. So 117. Y'all better put it in the chat. I'm going to share something very personal on this call. And this is not the common average distributor's earnings. Okay, so legally wise, this is not the average earnings. I was a young baby at 23 and I was like, oh my goodness, if I could just earn $1,000 a month, I would be hitting the jackpot. Guys, my rent was $350 a month. Okay, like what rent is $350 a month these days? That was 14 years ago. Once I earned $1,000, I started walking into rooms and sharing stories. By this time next year, let's pretend this was June 15th of 2013. By this time next year, I'd be on virtual launches in rooms. I would say by this time next year, I will be earning $40,000 of income a month and helping over 100 families a month, earning $3,000 to $5,000. If that's anyone in this room that wants to come with me, I would like to help you. Guys, I was not earning even close to that. The identity I had to step into was hard, but I did it. I grabbed it. I wore the cape. And guess what happened by that time next year? I was earning $40,000 of income a month at 24 years old because I owned it and I wore that. And people started to believe me where I was going and they wanted to be on bus B. Remember, B for B, B to B, baddies, bosses. Put bus B. Are we all bus B? What does your bus B say? Where are we going? How many people are we going to help? What are we earning? Yep, bus BB, baby. And so if there is a slide you take a picture of, and I will put this training in boards, I'll put the whole slide deck in boards. I will give you guys everything in my toolbox, any single one of you that wants anything, because if I can do this, you can do this. But you have to do the work. You can't just listen to us train. You can't just read the slide. You can't just write a note. You have to get off this call tonight and do it scared. Fail forward. Practice your story, even if it sounds weird. Role play. And so there's 4 segments to your story. And I'm not going to read this off the slide. I just want you guys to hear me for a second before you get all detailed oriented. Where I was, where were you? Again, your story is going to change. It's going to pivot. It's going to be different for the housewife. It's going to be different for the personal trainer. It's going to be different to the chiropractic student you meet. Where you were before saying yes to either the products or the business. Now, when you get super sophisticated, your product and business story will flow. If you go listen to virtual events that we already recorded, Jen Blumberg just did one with me last Thursday. She's the example I'm using on this call tonight. It's just easy for my memory here. Proud of you, Jen. She mixed her story of product and business. She's like, man, the products made me feel so dang good that I couldn't stop sharing it with people. And what did it lead to? Income, right? So where you were before, were you broke? Were you tired? Did you have no energy? Were you comparing yourself? Did you hate your boss? What is relatable to that person you're talking to? Or what is relatable to the audience you're in front of? Right now, I could just share with you guys because it'd be probably relatable to a lot of you. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had so much debt. Doesn't matter if I had student loan debt or debt. Who in the call has debt right now? Put debt in the chat. Credit card debt, house debt, student loan debt, right? Karen's like, hell yeah, girl. I still got debt, right? We all got, so many of us had debt. If you're debt free, amen, good for you. Debt is a real thing. It's very relatable. So sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had debt. I had debt that was drowning me. I just wanted to be able to go grocery shopping without looking at the bill, right? And then on top of that, I was so stressed. I was inflamed. I was blowing up because of my brother's drug addiction, my family, the finances. Who can relate to stress? Everybody, right? And so I just put income and physical in one because I'm advanced. So ask yourself, where were you before your current confidence story? Guys, I will tell you, people want to see the ooey gooey goriness online, offline, on your virtual event, on social media. What did you struggle with? Then, what solution did you see? Step 2. What did you see? Man, I saw people, I saw my personal trainer loving life again, helping people lose this inflammation, earning income from their phone, which was such like a crazy concept because I thought I had to trade time for money. And I was like, whoa, what do I have to lose? And I literally say that in my story today because I want people to put themselves in my shoes, in their own shoes. What do I have to lose? What if this could work? I'm already going to try all the other things anyway. What if? What if I bet on myself? Step 3. So what happened? Oh my God, I'm so into it, right? It's your movie, Sam. What happened? What did you do? So I got on product at a discount. I use that word because I want people to know they can get a discount. I got on product and within 90 days, holy crap, my inflammation went from whoop to whoop. I was a different human. I was sleeping better. I was working out better. I had energy. I had clarity, no more brain fog. Maybe you lost weight. Maybe your arthritis went away, right? Maybe you felt good in your wedding dress if it's a wedding story. Maybe your acne disappeared. Maybe you don't feel like Jen would say, I didn't feel like the Tin Man anymore, right? When I got out of bed, my hot flashes went away. What happened? And then people started noticing. And I'm from Jersey. This is still part of my story. If you guys hear it, I'm from Jersey. When I like something, I tell everyone and their mothers. And when I hate something, guess what else I do? I tell everyone on their mothers. Can anyone relate to that? Yes or no in the chat. If you like a steakhouse, are you going to preach it and tell them to ask for Rebecca because she's the bomb ass waiter? If you hated a steakhouse, are you going to preach it and tell everyone to stay away from the steakhouse? It made you sick and it was gross and not worth the money, right? So why aren't we doing that here? Why aren't we getting louder and more positive and sharing success stories of you and other people? I said yes to this business and now I'm earning an extra $2,000 a month and I don't have to bartend on the weekends and not tuck my babies in and miss that moment. Jules would say, I just wanted to pick up and drop off. I just wanted to pick up and drop off and not have my corporate boss tell me I couldn't be a mom. And that's what happened. I now pick up and drop off. And then the biggest part is the last 2. Actually, all of this is big, but the last 2 is where are you going? This is where you invite people. This is where it's like, oh, they're sitting there thinking, oh, good for you, Sam. I have debt too. I have bad energy too, because you're painting this mirror image of them and you, and they're seeing it, they're feeling it, they're in the story with you. But then they're like, good for you, but what about me? And a lot of people, guys, won't have the courage to ask. They won't. You have to ask them. You have to paint bus B's location, destination. Where are we going? Yes, Victoria, say it louder. You got to bring them on the journey with you, and you got to ask them to join you. By this time next year, I will be earning $40,000 of income a month and helping at least 100 other families, people, women, doctors, chiropractors, whatever you want to say, earn X amount of money a month too. Hey, would you be interested in learning how you could diversify or add an income stream to your life too? Like, Shirley, you're great. You're outgoing. People love you. You're a chiropractor too, right? This is where I kind of add some compliments with the question. You can see at the bottom, what are your wellness goals? Like, how's your energy? I know you started off saying you're exhausted. Would you be interested in getting your energy a little bit better? I'm going to be helping another 20 women next month, another 20 people next month. Do you have specific income goals right now? I'd love to see it if what I could offer be a fit for you too. Just end with a question. End with a question. So all of you guys, not all of you guys, some of you guys are probably thinking, before I go through a little bit more details, a lot of you guys, I'm like ending it, I'm bringing this last slide up really quick. I do not want you to be perfect. You, or again, write this down. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person, but you have to make sure that you're connecting with the person. And you have to make sure your story is matching to their energy and what they need. Is it product? Is it business? Is it both? Did you ask enough questions to figure out a pain point? It's not about perfection. It's about connection. Ask yourself, how often am I sharing my story? How often am I sharing that steakhouse down the street that's not paying me? And tell it authentically. This is why we go all the way back to your why. Why are you here? Why did you say yes? Who are you doing this for? Where do you want to go? Your story is going to evolve as you grow and change and develop. I'm not going to go backwards to the last two slides. It's literally just more examples of stories. I'll put this in our slide deck under the training room, Jen, what was it called? On the front of our boards, the training folder, training library on the front page. I will put this slide deck as a PDF. But what I want you guys to know is I want you guys to get off this call tonight. Literally, you're going to be inspired. Before you go to bed, make yourself a promise to voice record yourself. Pick up the camera. I don't even care. Don't even look at it. If you only know how to record video so you can hear volume, and go over the 4 segments. Where were you before Shackley found you? Where were you? What was life like? Were you frustrated? Were you in pain? Did you have lack of energy? Were you broke? Were you sick and tired of being sick and tired? What did you see? Someone invited me to an opportunity and I saw these happy people. I saw these positive Paulas. I saw people thinking bigger than I thought myself. I saw people with energy. I saw people lose weight. I saw people reverse age. I saw people kill free radicals. I saw a community that thought like me. What happened? I jumped in. I took a bet on myself. I was like, what do I have to lose? I want energy. I want income. I want to see if I can grow. I jumped in. And this is what happened. Boom, 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 boom. And now, this next month, this next year, where I'm going, I'm on a mission to help 20 more people feel just as healthy and feel just as confident. Hey, Sarah, I'm curious, do you have any wellness goals right now? I'd love to help you too. I'd love to see if we could talk about to see what I do. Maybe we'll be a fit for you as well. Would you be open to that? Practice your story. I really wanted to role play on this call tonight. I wanted to take someone off mute and ask them where they were, what they saw, what happened, but I don't have the time and I don't want to keep you guys here forever because it's 9:19 on the East Coast. Guys, this is the most important part. Why am I going over this right now? If you are doing virtual launches, which all of you better be doing some kind of launch, a virtual call where you just introduce and welcome all the people you invited to the call, and then your mentor hosts the rest, right? That's what I'm doing for a lot of my directs right now. They're opening up the call, they're welcoming people, they're thanking them for being there. And then I get to do the rest of the call until they feel more confident. What do you think they're opening up the call with? Their story. Thank you so much for being here, Angie, Karen, Cindy, Georgette, because that's who I can see on the screen right now. I am so excited that you're here because this time last year, I needed someone to interrupt my life and share what we're going to be sharing tonight with me because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I couldn't get out of bed. My joints hurt. I needed to lose 20 pounds and I had no hope. I wanted to do it naturally. I wanted to do it with community. And what happened was everything. I'm down 20 pounds. My joints feel good. My energy, I can jump out of bed. I feel great. And I am so excited for you guys to hear tonight because after this call, like this next month, I am helping 20 more people feel the same. I am determined to customize their goals, get more energy, be able to jump out of bed, feel better. So I'm going to pass it over to my girl, Dr. Sam, because she's a little bit more educated about the products and she's going to go through it and give you some nerdy science. And at the end of this call, we're going to offer you some really awesome things. So make sure you stay on, make sure you ask questions. I'm so thankful you're here. And I know you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, you're going to perform better too. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Sam. Right? You see how I needed to know my story to thank people for being here. Guys, I've been doing the story framework for 14 years. Please practice your story, record your story, listen back to your story, call your friend in this business, call your mentor in this business, role play. Get really scared and share your story with them because it's going to be scary. And then go do it non-perfectly, perfectly imperfect from your heart. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. The more you own your story, the more your story will own your success. You are the brand. What is your story? Who you are, where you're going, and who you're bringing with. I hope this helped, guys, tonight. It's my favorite training to do. And I was like, man, do I think the team needs it. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I will get this recording out. The only way that you're going to grow is if you practice your story. So thank you, guys. My computer is completely frozen, so I can't even stop my screen share. This is not good. We'll see how I end the Zoom tonight. Like literally, I need you guys to hang up on me now. But I can't hang up on you. So, and I knew this was going to happen. My computer's been frozen. Maybe Jen Blumberg's on the call just in case I need someone to become the co-host. Actually, can someone log in as another host?
I'm co-host, so I think
Okay,
if I
cool.
end
So
it,
can you unhost me?
oh yeah.
Can you unhost me, remove me, and then end the meeting because I'm frozen.
No, it will not let me unmute host you. Huh.
Everyone who's listening to this recording, hang up now, hang up now. If you
Everyone's
need
just
to
gonna have to go.
No, I'm gonna have to
Bye.
go too. I'm gonna have to shut down my computer or something. Oh my
Okay, do
God.
that. Yeah, it only lets me leave too. I can't end the
I can't
meeting.
even click more. I can't click stop share.
I love it.
I mean, I there was gonna be karma eventually for me messing up a Zoom because I always help
All
everyone
right.
else. Well, guys,
Okay.
I'm gonna be control alt deleting everything over and out. Love ya. Hang up on us.
Bye, guys.
Jen, I'll call you later.
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Shut off my computer. Kev, stop watching me. Hang up. Oy vey. What is going on here? You guys are still here, but I'm going to tell you.